Dramatic escalation off the coast of Venezuela. The headline here, this isn't just about stopping drugs anymore. After months of deadly strikes against alleged drug cartel boats in the Caribbean and a massive naval buildup, including with the world's largest aircraft carrier, today the U.S. seized a massive oil tanker off the coast of Venezuela. This dramatic video shows the Coast Guard, with support from the FBI and DHS, executing a seizure warrant on that tanker. Attorney General Pam Bondi says the tanker had been sanctioned by the United States for years because of its history of taking oil from Venezuela and Iran to support terror groups. President Trump first confirmed the news during a business roundtable meeting at the White House this afternoon.
As you probably know, we've just seized a tanker on the coast of Venezuela, a large tanker, very large. Largest one ever seized, actually.
The president went on to warn that other things are happening without going into details. Venezuela holds the world's largest oil reserves, more than 300 billion barrels, more than Saudi Arabia. It is essentially sitting on a gold mine, but it produces and sells very little of it. And most of what it does produce goes to China. This tanker today was reportedly fully loaded and headed for Cuba. Trump says he assumes we will keep the confiscated oil. The administration clearly sees Venezuela as more than a safe haven for drug cartels. It is treating the socialist dictatorship there as a Western Hemisphere ally of America's rivals and enemies: China, Russia, Cuba, and Iran. This escalation follows strong warnings from Trump to Venezuelan President Maduro over the past days and weeks to pack his bags, resign, and get out, or else. Just yesterday, Trump said Maduro is living on borrowed time, as he has refused to rule out a land invasion.
So how far would you go to take Maduro out of office?
I don't want to say that,
But you want to see him out?
his days are numbered.
Let's go right now to NewsNation's Robert Sherman, live for us in the Caribbean, in Puerto Rico, where many of our American troops are now amassing. Robert, it's an understatement to say that tensions are high right where you are right now.
It seems as though that they rise by the day here, Elizabeth. You pointed out the fact that there are so many U.S. troops here. This has been a highly active day at Roosevelt Roads, where we've seen American jets taking off, landing constantly, especially in the afternoon hours. And this was the big moment that we saw here today, the footage being released by Attorney General Pam Bondi. Quite striking in the way that you see these U.S. forces that are carried over to the tanker by a helicopter. They rappel onto the deck, take control of the ship, and seize it. The Attorney General saying that this was a combination of the FBI, Department of Homeland Security, Coast Guard, with some assistance from the Department of War as well. That tanker, carrying sanctioned oil, they say, has historically done so on behalf of Iran and Venezuela, and now is in the custody of the United States. And in terms of what comes next, well, the president was asked about that. Here's what he said.
What happens to the oil on this ship?
Well, we keep it, I guess.
Where does it go? What port does it come to?
Well, you have to follow the tanker. You know, you're a good newsman, just follow the tanker.
And to be clear, this is just the latest episode of tension that we have seen here. Not just this seizure. You also had the incidents in which 2 American jets flew through the Gulf of Venezuela on Tuesday, flying close to Venezuelan soil. The president has not said clearly what his next steps will be when it comes to this country, but he has also made clear nothing is formally off the table. Elizabeth?
All right, Robert Sherman reporting live for us from Puerto Rico, where we have an American military base.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.